There was a man named Daniel who lived at the foot of a mountain so tall, people called it impossible. Everyone in his village would say, "Many have tried to climb it, but no one has ever made it." They warned him against even trying, but Daniel couldn't shake this feeling. This pull inside that said, "You're meant for more. Go see the view from the top." One day he couldn't resist any longer. Before dawn, he packed his bag, took a deep breath, and took his first step onto the mountain. Almost immediately, the mountain pushed back. The climb was brutal. His hands bled, his legs trembled, and doubt started to creep in. Every rock he grabbed was sharper than the last, every step harder than the one before. But each time he thought about turning back, he'd look down and remember why he started. Daniel wasn't climbing just to reach the top. He was climbing to prove to himself that he could rise above his fears. Days passed. The winds were relentless. The cold seeped into his bones, and fierce storms nearly swept him off the mountain. But every obstacle he faced revealed something within him, strength he didn't know he had. He realized that each painful step was shaping him, making him a little stronger, a little more resilient. With every inch he climbed, he was overcoming not just the mountain, but his own mind, his own doubts. As he reached a high ledge to catch his breath, Daniel looked down and saw his village far below, small and distant. In that moment, he understood something powerful. The people who told him not to climb weren't holding him back. They were afraid of their own mountains. They'd settled at the bottom, never realizing the strength they had within. But Daniel had chosen differently. Then, after what felt like a lifetime of struggle, he finally reached the summit. The view took his breath away, not just because of its beauty, but because of what it represented. Standing there, he felt a calm satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment that came not from reaching the peak, but from knowing he'd faced the impossible and made it through. He'd conquered not just the mountain, but his own limitations. He realized that the climb wasn't just about the destination. It was about the person he'd become along the way. He was no longer the man who doubted, who stayed safe at the bottom. He was the man who had faced his fears and come out stronger. So remember Daniel's story. Every mountain we face, every obstacle in our path, it's there to make us stronger. Don't settle at the base. Start your climb, push through, and discover the person you're meant to be.